Hey fighters, Sean here with Know the Fight. Today we're talking with Greater Houston Praise and Worship community. What we're going to do is we're going to take text messages and read them. As soon as we read them, we're going to hand them to the table and we're going to discuss.
Hi, I'm Cassie Smith. I'm one of the founders of the Greater Houston Worship Community. I've been in ministry for 19 years.
My name is Anthony Rogers. I'm a worship leader and artist at First Methodist Houston at the Source. Born and raised in California, moved to Houston. I love it.
Hi, my name is Dan.
And I'm Erica.
We live in Manville, Texas, and we attend the church on Masters Road.
Hey y'all, this is Brittany. I actually worship at Woodlands Church, and I've been there for about 5 years now, but I've been singing since the day I was born.
What's up, guys? I'm Carson Smith. I call Mississippi home. I attend Lakewood Church, and I've been in ministry for over 15 years.
What is your view on submitting to the leadership when you don't agree?
It's been a great night.
Hey, Cassie, appreciate you guys here, bro.
I've ever disagreed with my leadership.
I was going to say, I think we all need to preface, this ain't personal pastor. Whoever
that's right.
pastor, this ain't about
She was a pastor a few years
But let me,
I'm my last
let me
church.
just say that.
I've been in that church.
Let me just say that I love where I'm planted. I love where God has brought me
Here,
from.
let me-
I never disagreed.
My babysitter's calling.
Look, my babysitter.
Let me restate that question. Hypothetically, what is your view?
I'm kidding.
What is your view on submitting to leadership when you don't agree?
I think that's a struggle for everyone.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, go for it.
Come on now, you
Yeah,
know you're coming. Okay.
Okay. I could be talking about you. Okay, just kidding.
Babysitter's calling.
So whenever we were in Bible school, I don't know. I've always been a little bit more reserved, but I like to have fun. And so we were doing Youth for the Nations, our summer camp, and he would totally be fine with me sharing this. But you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so they decided that they're gonna put quiet, nice little Erica on Nations team, which means I have to put on paint on my face and yell at kids and run out in the summer in Dallas at 2 p.m. and be crazy. And I'm like, I think they misplaced me, and I have to go against him. And so I told Dan, I said, I'm not doing that. So I marched right over into his office and I sat there and I waited for him. They said, he's not here right now.
This is the director.
Our director of our camp. He's not here. I said, I'll wait.
I'm sitting in the corner. I'm like, oh.
And this is me, like, I just, started walking with the Lord. It's probably like my, maybe like third year of really, truly devoting myself to God. And so I never really had to come underneath somebody truly, and aside from like our teachers or schooling. And so he comes in, I said, they put me on this. This is wrong. Like, this is not, like, I need to be on registration. I need to be on the computer. Like, I am great at refilling the water and talking and handling people's breakdowns. Like, that's good. And he's like, no, I want you to go in there. Sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound, this is me learning all that. And I had a really hard time. And then I remember, he's having us do all these crazy things as interns, like trying to get us out of our shells. And I ended up doing it, and he ended up winning every time. And we pretty much got, like, I think maybe 6th place every single week. It was terrible, but I learned a lot. It's a very humbling summer for me. But I remember one time our director was talking, and he said, what? Let's talk about submission. And I'm like, oh gosh. And he said, whoever God has put over you, it's important to submit to them. And if you know that God's put them over you, it's like, as long as it's within doctrine of his word, I believe like that's important. And I think like we just get really humbled. So I think it's a point of it is to humble us and to show us that, we're not as awesome as we may think, or we're not be in control all the time. And to trust that God has put us in that place for a reason too. So
That's good.
When I was getting married, my bride was supposed to say, love, honor, and obey. And she looked me straight in the face and said, I will love and honor you. And then the pastor goes, and obey. She goes, I'm not saying that. And I was like, and so there was that awkward silence, and like, she looked at the pastor and was like, All right, so we're
you were for
This is
real.
where we're at. This is where we're at. And guess what? Our unity candle did not light.
Oh.
So I blame her for it, but she blames me, and she was right.
So I put it in water.
I put it, yeah. Cut the wick too small. That's what it was.
I love it.
So, yeah.
It's real. Submitting to leadership.
I think there's several years ago, like right when I first started in ministry, I was given a book by Gene Edwards called A Tale of Three Kings.
Yes, that is a phenomenal book.
And it touches on that a little bit. And there's so many times, especially as worship leaders, we're like, I have the heart of David. I know we would never admit that we have said that at times in our lives. But we all have.
David.
We all have.
What tattoo?
Maybe
so-
Davis. One tattoo.
When leaders come against us, it's how we take it. We don't see them like working for us. We always think they're coming against us. And so we always label them the Saul and we're the David. But in this book, he touches on that. He was like, God will always put a Saul in our lives to kill the Saul in us. Because Saul fell on his own sword. And we all have a tendency to both. We desire to be a David. We desire to be a man or a woman after God's own heart. But many times we're Saul, who's given a platform very shakily.
Yeah.
You know, Saul didn't think he was hiding out when he was anointed to be king.